I always talk about the gap that needs to be closed in Canada. And when you start talking about reconciliation, you can even break it down by sector: economic reconciliation, education reconciliation, justice reconciliation. Like, you can break it down. It just basically means that we need build a better quality of life for everyone in Canada. And that, to me, is what reconciliation really is. And the gap has to be closed. And what I keep talking about, the gap, is according to the United Nations Human Development Index, Canada is rated sixth. At one point, it was sixth in terms of quality of life. But when you apply those same indices to First Nations people, Indigenous peoples, we're 63rd. And so that's a huge gap. And when you start talking about sharing the land and sharing the resources, there shouldn't be any gap. And that gap represents everything we keep talking about, everything that we keep trying to fix. It represents the 1,200 plus missing emerging Indigenous women and girls. It represents the disproportionate number of our people in jails. It represents the 40,000 children in foster care. It represents the high youth suicide crisis that's there. It represents overcrowded housing, lack of access to potable, the gap. It's a huge gap. And that's why we keep pushing governments to do more, to invest in education and training and housing and water, to deal with the social determinants of health, if we're going to really start talking about reconciliation. And the TRC, that was the catalyst to wake up all of Canada, all Canadians, and all levels of government about the need to start looking at ways of doing things better, to really embrace reconciliation. And that's what we got to keep working towards.